Hello and welcome to your Vedic Lunar Scope. For the 7th of May 2015, the moon is in the latter stages of Sagittarius today and in the nakshatra of Mula. With Mula, there's a exercise of will or strength pushing towards a result that's driven by desire. But quite often with the processes of Mula, things have a tendency to fall apart, dissolve, or the force that one is trying to exert can have one of two different effects. It can either completely destroy the result that it's trying to achieve or not achieve the result at all. In either case, what tends to happen is an opening of awareness. Basically, Mula is a Sattvic nakshatra. It's Sattvic, Rajasic, and Rajasic. That means that one part of it is very balanced, but the other part of it is very racy and very driven. And it's that driven energy that leads to an opening of awareness, ultimately. But first, we have to deal with the process of things potentially not working out in the manner that we might like for them to work out. Mula is connected with the deity Nriti, which is the goddess of dissolution, dissolving things, breaking things apart, cutting through the field of interference or the field of illusion, very similar to Kali in the fact that the truth will ultimately be found out. And Mula has a desire to really get to the root of things. I should point out today, as we are dealing with the, I just need to change my screen here for a moment, as we are dealing with the fourth lunar day of the dark half of the moon, which is called Krishna Chaturthi, the moon is reaching its waning point where it's beginning to lose a lot of its strength. And with Chaturthi, there is ordinarily, because of a feeling of emptiness, a very driven, no-holds-barred approach to achieving a specific result. But Chaturthi is not really able to exercise that full energy, so likely the result will be more the desire of not wishing to have to exert that type of energy anymore. The solar lunar yoga today is Siddha yoga. And that's about accomplished, what one has accomplished. So ultimately, when we come up against resistance when we're trying to achieve a result, or when you come up against resistance when you're trying to achieve a result today, you'll ultimately find out what you are made of, right? And one part of that process will be humbling, because you'll find out that you're perhaps not made up of as much strength and power as you think you might be. But another part of that is going to open your awareness to the amount of strength and power that you do have. It's just that you've been going about it wrong. And many times with Mula processes, there's the need to move the ego out of the way. But what tends to happen is the ego is driving for a particular result because of a desire within. And then it comes up against a brick wall. And the recognition dawns that it's not through the ideas of the intellect that the ego comes up with, or the strength of will that's exerted in order to attain a specific result. It's more about the concept of cooperation and co-creation. And what do I mean by that? Well, we're all given a sense of intuition. We're all given a sense of awareness outside of the intellect that helps us to tune into the moment. And when we use that to help ourselves tune into the heart, mind, and soul, then we stand a greater chance of connecting with spirit and aligning with our destiny. And if an event is meant to happen in alignment with our destiny, then we'll attain that level of success. If it's not meant to happen, then ultimately we'll have that realization that perhaps we're moving in the wrong direction. Ultimately, the energies today are suggesting that there may be a humbling experience. There may be a subsequent feeling of weakness or a desire not to fight or to struggle anymore. But the thing is you've been struggling senselessly. And now there's a need to struggle with sense. don't struggle with sense itself, right? Or and don't struggle with your senses, right? But struggle with the fact that you've been too sensory oriented and using your senses in the wrong way. Many times we fall into the what a good boy am I or what a good girl am I mentality, and think that, you know, it's basically us that's doing the doing. But the results and the success comes when we're connected to that aspect of ourselves that is whole. And in order for that to happen, we have to open our awareness. And it's the humbling process of Mula that serves to open that awareness. If you'd like for me to take a look at the recent influences of the current astrology upon your particular astrology, then I do offer a vast range of astrological services that are available through my website. They're available through the astrological services link, which is further down on the left-hand side of this video. If you've closed it down already, there is also a link down in the description area where you can go to my astrological services page. I do person-to-person consultations, in-depth personalized video reports, and also written reports. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube page yet, please consider doing so. That way you'll receive regular updates every time there's a new video released, and there is a subscribe button directly under the directly at the right-hand side of the page at the bottom. That's going to do it for your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 7th of May, 2015. Until next time, please do take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.